Hello, everyone. My name is Rebecca, and this is my final presentation for the New Media and New Literacies class. And if you have read my blogs at all this semester, I'm sure you have gathered that I am an art teacher. So I decided to focus my final project on where new media literacies and art education overlap. So, as we all know, our students are constantly on their phones, on their Chromebooks, on their iPads, their internet-enabled devices, and they are constantly creating and consuming media. But most of them have not been taught how to do that critically or creatively. So, art education already focuses on things like visual communication, creativity, and interpretation. So, integrating new media literacy into art classes is essential for preparing students to think critically and participate meaningfully in today's digital culture. So, students are already making media, like I said, but from an art standpoint, they lack knowledge about authorship, symbolism, and how they can make media with meaning. So, since art classrooms already emphasize visual culture, they're in a unique position to teach these skills. So, new media naturally blends with art practices like studio work and critique. So, pedagogies that support new media literacy are collaboration. Students learn from one another and they work together like contemporary digital artists do. And art educators are also put in that position to foster those discussions about how contemporary digital artists collaborate. Appropriation. It is a constant discussion in art classrooms all over that there is appropriation and there's copying and that there's levels to it. However, the term I noticed consistently throughout the research I read was remixing is the proper way to describe it. And remixing teaches students to think about things like copyright, authorship, and how images can be communicated. Also, programming. So, even simple coding helps students understand how digital tools work to expand their creativity. Just to give you guys a visual in the corner there, that is an image that was made with code, just so you guys can kind of understand where coding, programming, and visual arts connect. Intervention, using art to participate in digital spaces gives students a voice in an online culture. So it kind of projects their voice in a way, especially when they're making media. So, digital tools expand the way students make meaning, like I just said. So, in this case study that I highlighted here, students used iPads to add audio, animations, and videos to their artwork, which helped them express their identity and tell stories in new ways that may have not been possible with traditional art making techniques. So, these tools listed here as well, like Padlet and Google Classroom, additionally also support collaboration and reflection. So, purposefully teaching with technology builds global awareness. For example, in the case study I highlighted here, children in Finland and China used art blogs to share ideas and communicate across cultures. Both classes were kindergarten-aged classes. So, through activities like this, students learn digital citizenship, they learn audience awareness, and they're not just pressing buttons and uploading media with no purpose, especially at such a young age like kindergarten. And it only felt right to highlight in my paper the digital shift that happened during the pandemic and post-pandemic. So during COVID, art educators were put in a position to innovate new ideas and make sure that art education was still happening in a digital space. So digital art making became necessary during COVID, and hybrid learning allowed students to work at their own pace, replay demonstrations, pause and play them, and collaborate with their peers from a distance. So, through this process, art educators learned that digital competence is now essential for creative participation. And those innovations are still being used today in regular classrooms, and they're still benefiting art classrooms today. And the case study I highlighted here is really interesting to me because I found how performance art and visual art interlocked for it was really cool because dancers were making animations of their choreography. So, very interesting. And in conclusion, art education is a powerful space to develop new media literacy. Art education builds technical skills, it encourages expression, and it prepares students for the digital world they already navigate every day. So, by integrating new media literacy into art classrooms, we give our students the tools to be informed, creative participants in our digital society. So, thank you so much for listening. Here are my sources, and good luck to everyone in the rest of your semester.